This is the Atlantic Soccer Media Group, bringing you UPSL soccer coverage from the Georgia Premier Division, live on 11 Sports.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the national anthem?
Just kind of finish. Go ahead and reactivate it. Configure the video. Just try to launch. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a potential championship winning matchup here in North Georgia with a beautiful North Georgia derby. My name is Stephen Johnson. I'll be providing you with all tonight's commentary on behalf of ASMG's coverage of the UPSL Premier Division. Once again, sorry for the late start, but we're getting you guys caught up here right before kickoff. Dalton going to be coming across your screen right to left in the all-white kits. Or North Georgia, rather, going right to left on your screen in the all-white kits. Dalton United, they're red and black kits left to right across your screen. Current situation, Dalton United are a single victory away from lifting the regular season title. They're currently at 21 points. A win would put them at 24 and out of reach of both Atlanta United Academy and Kalanji Pro Profile. But if they falter, even just a draw would leave the door open for both Atlanta United Academy and Kalanji Pro Profile to come in and sneak that title away from them. And as we kick off, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be Dalton starting us off here with possession. Interesting formation coming out from the Dalton side. Very narrow formation, looking at about a 5-3-2. Two listed strikers with Guerrero and Medina. Three midfielders, one listed attacking, one listed as defending, and then, of course, the classic five at the back wing back. So we'll be looking at those wing back and those wide defensive position players to provide some width to the Dalton attack. Narrow formation makes sense. They're a team that very much thrives on those quick 1-2 back and forth passing scenarios. Make that field really short and try to go from there. Cycled all the way back. Zavala. Up to Valda. Stolen away. North Georgia on the break. North Georgia, they're playing in a 4-2-4 formation. Alerto just off sides. Important to note, McKeever, one of the stalwart players for North Georgia and really one of their top scorers, not listed in the starting 11 tonight. He is here and on the bench, so supposed questions about fitness or injury there. He is available to them, but will not be making the start.
Could it be, Stephen, that they want him to be an impact player today?
Well, I mean, you make more impact for the full 90 minutes than you would for 30, but...
You would think so. Logically, the way he's been playing.
Yeah.
And he still needs to, I mean, he's dropped down in the Golden Boot race, and so there's that as well.
Yeah, certainly so, but one thing we do also want to point out, we were talking a lot about what do Dalton need to do to secure the title, what does that point position look like? If you look a little bit further down the table, because of a very shocking victory today, Venetita over Atlanta Rovers, North Georgia are actually already confirmed for the playoffs. They cannot enter the top four, so they are already locked. If anything, they may be playing to try to overcome a Kalanji if they were to fumble at the last step. That actually would bring them up into fourth place. Do apologize for that, but certainly not as much as Dalton. Although I have to say, trying to take the title away from your crosstown rivals in the last week of the season would certainly be a prize in and of itself. Dalton driving down that right wing, just can't get it into the feet of Utuda. He's playing as that attacking midfielder, finding his way into the wide spaces. So far, nothing crazy.
Let me ask you, Stephen, right quick. The thing that's different this year is the home field advantage, even in the playoffs. So the higher seed gets home field, and that might be a factor at least one.
Yeah, it potentially could. I don't think North Georgia are going to be on for too many home games. Dalton, of course, if they win the title, would be the ones to have home field advantage the whole time. Dalton able to cycle that back to Ferreira. Number one behind the sticks tonight. Out wide, Zavala. Zavala not actually listed on the initial starting roster, but the Sanchez brothers were arriving late to this match, so they were not starting. So that's Zavala starting there in that right-sided center back position. Herrera at the number 10 playing in a bit more of that wide wing back position. So we'll have to see whether they're up to task. Dalton so far with a pretty conservative opening to the game. Guerrero dropping in very deep from his listed striker position. It seems like they are looking to play with a very fluid, well, I'd say almost front four, with Guerrero, Medina on striker, Perez, Tanda, central midfielders respectively. North Georgia finds something there, and now we're off to the races. Alerto, he gets the ball to his feet. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, just makes the keeper go to ground. He can't get the shot off. Oh, it's the defender on the ground. Saldana with the absolute panic defending. Doesn't even go to the goalkeeper, who was cheeks on the ground there. Oh, and what an opportunity North Georgia had to absolutely ruin the beginning of what could be a championship night for Dalton United. But Dalton, keep it firm. And you're already seeing potentially the bit of the tempo of the game here, with Dalton being very calm and willing to possess, but North Georgia, if they get a touch, they are not afraid to break. Now into the midfield, passing up to the top. Ooh, can't quite make it past the low block. North Georgia in a much more expansive, like we kind of mentioned, the 4-2-4, 2 listed wingers, 2 strikers, 2 midfielders. It will rely on those wide players to do a lot of backtracking. Even those midfielders do a lot of backtracking because there is no number 6. There is no holding midfielder. So potentially playing in that bit more of a low block, but then willing to spring forward on the attack as we saw already. And that's going to be an interesting back and forth all night long. Once again, we'll see how that works without their main striker, McKeever, in the starting lineup. So there is something to say that, you know, Dre, I know you mentioned it earlier on, this technically isn't a must-win for North Georgia. Pride's great, but you can live without it. So perhaps they're protecting some legs, knowing that they're not going to get a first-round bye, so they will be playing next weekend, trying to get them the best chance possible. Big throw over the top. Oh, and that's a bit of a stalwart of the field here for North Georgia. It's a little bit slippery. And multiple players already going to ground. Now here comes a drive forward from Dalton. Perez on the ball, finds space into the middle, crosses the face of 3 separate defenders, tries to play it out wide, but can't quite find it. Now going the other way. JJ playing it wide. Back to JJ. Over to Young. Young, of course, not only the right back for North Georgia, but is the starting captain here tonight, number 16, on that far side of your screen. Fortunately, not able to make the captain's contributions there, but we will keep our eyes peeled as we continue. Speaking of captains, we can look at the other side of the field for the left-sided center back, where number 4, Fish, is wearing the captain's armband here tonight for Dalton.
Yeah, something you said earlier, too. I mean, right now North Georgia does know the result from Vino Tinto. And so that could have played a part in, like you say, resting some legs, maybe getting ready for the really seriousness of the playoffs. And you want to have your guys in tip-top state, not injured, and so playing through this. But at the other end of that, this is a first-time derby match against their greatest rival. So
big ball over the top here for Dalton, trying to find that far post, taken down very lovely. Good ball across the face of the goal. Oh, just goes past 2 very willing members here from Dalton. Utanda, number 11, and right wing back Valadares, just not able to get on the end of that. Yeah, that also would have been a phenomenal opening for the championship hopefuls.
You got to think that Atlanta United are watching this game with interest.
Yeah, both. Honestly, everyone in the top 4 are watching, because we're still in the scenario where there are 4 potential winners of this title. If Dalton are unable to get a victory here today, even if they draw, Lance United Academy tomorrow versus FC Birmingham, they could secure with a win. If they don't win, Kalonji on Wednesday actually move into the hot seat. A win there means that they are then the champions. If none of that happens and FC Birmingham do manage to best Atlanta United Academy in that match tomorrow, Birmingham, with a little bit of help from, I believe, City, who will be taking on Kalonji Pro Profile on Wednesday, they will actually be crowned champions if all of that happens. But that's a very long and complicated set of conditions, but Dalton United can make this a whole lot simpler here tonight. In fact, they can make their title claim within the next 90 minutes here.
Yeah, if they win tonight, then the only thing that's left is positioning.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, I think there is going to be a very big advantage. As you mentioned already, home field advantage for higher seeds, always great. If you're number 2, you have home field until the finals. Number 14, I looked a little bit offsides, but no, he's through on goal. Tries to lay it off, but just can't find the connection. But yeah, as you were mentioning, the number 2 seed You don't get home field for the finals, but you do get home field for that semifinal match, plus you get a week to rest those legs. Would be pretty big for the chasing members here, especially someone like Kalanji, who really have been through the grinder as far as matches have gone.
It's amazing. And to perform the way they have has really been clutch for them, because even during that packed time, they've been able to win and keep themselves in contention. So, yeah, it's all to play for. And even I'm sure we'll get to the subject of relegation, which is tomorrow going to be an interesting situation.
It certainly is. And, I mean, we mentioned before the ramifications of Vinatito beating Rovers. Not only has it secured North Georgia their spot in playoffs, whether that's 5th, 6th, or yeah, they can't get 4th, 5th or 6th, up to debate depending on what happens here. But looking, of course, to the bottom of the table, that actually moves. Oh, great block there. Oh, off the corner set piece.
It needed saving.
It certainly did. Offsides will be the final call.
Oh.
Looked like it was on the follow-up touch, so.
Yeah, so that first shot could have gone in.
Yeah, it could have. Almost catches a snap in there. We'll quickly try to get to the end of the scenario, ladies and gentlemen. But the ramifications of Vinatita taking the win off of Rovers means that it moves Legends FC back into the relegation hot seat. LGSA, Legends FC, if LGSA win that match, they are safe. If Legends draw or win, they are safe. The loser either way goes down. Dalton tries to play a big through ball once again, but unfortunately, what they have in agility and first touch, unfortunately, they don't quite have in stature on their opponents here tonight. North Georgia very physical on the ball. Dalton, not looking too shabby either. North Georgia will be winning that ball back in a defensive position. Big ball over top. Good control with the thigh. Alerto fought off the ball. Good teamwork here from Dalton, trying to drive down this right side. Valdares dispossessed, recontained, back to the midfield. Here's Hutanda. Hutanda taken away. North Georgia playing a number 7 who's not on my roster sheet.
Must have been a
Taken,
last-minute addition.
yeah, taken down. We'll check to see who that is. North Georgia number 7. E. Just E. He's listed.
Short but sweet.
He's not listed on the game changes. He's not listed on the starting 11, but he is listed as part of their roster. We'll have to see what contribution he can make. Name is short, sweet, and to the point. Hopefully his gameplay is too. Big ball over the top. Dalton able to contain. Now looking to progress down the right side. Plays it into the midfield. Takes a touch. Not too kind to him. North Georgia. Figuera able to clear that ball away. Not able to get it down the line, but will maintain possession. Being pushed back a little bit here. Nice to get a few steps ahead.
He'll take a couple more steps.
Yeah.
There he goes.
All the way over the top. Certainly some classic Route 1 style football coming through for North Georgia. Oh, poor challenge, and that should be a free kick going the other way. 22 taken out on that play for Dalton. Medina, once again, one of the 2 listed strikers, checking into the midfield, trying to drop off and create. And is able to create a free kick opportunity for the team right around the midfield. Played into midfield. Played right back out. Perez dropping in deep to help the build-up. Perez on the ball. Played across. Utanda on the inside, running the channel. Tries to play a ball through. Falls to the feet. Dalton to take a shot. Oh, just to the keeper. Very competent goalkeeping coming through for Moreno. Definitely looked like a dangerous windup, but once the ball left his foot, I don't think it was ever in doubt. That is a very quick striker, or he's offsides. Looks to be the latter. It's Alerto.
It's all about the breaking.
Yeah, it certainly is. Thank you to our phenomenal officiating team. I love this field because they're always there.
They can hear what we're doing and the mistakes we make.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. North Georgia, number 7. Jesus Grimaldo. We will continue to keep an eye on that to make sure we got the position right, but once again, shout out to our wonderful officiating crew on that one. Dalton back in possession, progressing down that left side. Herrera, once again, late substitution for today. Sanchez brothers looking to check in later. Dalton laid off. Down to the right side. Laying it once more. Pushing in the right. Good ball across. Not able to rise to the header, but finds a second pair of feet. Perez. Not getting room to get a shot off. Has some room to the left side to play it off. Ends up playing it back to number 21. Aggressive challenge comes through from the striker from North Georgia. Alerto not able to get the ball away from him. Perez back on the ball. Just trying to create something. Good little back here flick. Udonda might be looking for a shot. You could see it in his eyes, but couldn't quite find it. And now here comes the break the other way. Can't find its way through traffic. Number 11 the other way, Valencia on the ball. Finds his way back. Finds it was way up and over, but looks like a through ball that really just didn't have anyone to run onto it. Maybe a little bit of a traffic jam on Route 1, it seems. Playing down that right side. Dalton, ball over the top. Number 7, onto it. Guerrero also offsides. Would have been absolutely devastating if he made it through, but keen eye from our linesman was able to catch him in the act.
He's got somebody. No. I mean, what do you think? I mean, Steve, there's another opportunity coming up.
Yeah, able to get dispossessed. Good defense from North Georgia. Lays it off. Plenty of room to run here on the right side if it wasn't for Captain Fish. Fisk, who's able to cut that one out once again.
So it looks like North Georgia's going to try to soak up that pressure. I mean, Dalton definitely has that possession.
I mean, these are just two different ideologies. Very
high boot there, but it's fair enough.
I think he's clear enough from the player that it makes it through.
Yep.
Chested attempt there from Dalton, unable to control that. Guerrero trying to lay it off for number 16 is right wing back Valdarez.
Yeah, I think we see the pattern of the game right now, the way Dalton's playing. Good short passes, what we're used to seeing with them.
Certainly is. Now back here on the right, trying to play it through. Good position, number 16. Oh, takes a shot. Good backline coordination so far from North Georgia. They have a back four, so a little bit more of a traditional, easier to really get that back two in line, but able to limit the chances early on here from Dalton. I do have to say, even with the number of chances, I think Dalton currently lead in the pure shots category, even the shots on target. But I would still wager to guess that Dalton have had the better chance here tonight, especially with that breakthrough. It looked far more dangerous than anything Dalton had been able to come up with just yet. Dalton, of course, only 17 minutes gone in the match. Certainly have about a half and a half left, half and a half, in order to put their claim on the title. I mean, I don't think anyone really, I'm thinking back, Andre, to our first few podcasts during the season, and I don't really think anyone had Dalton in the championship picture. I think I had them as my dark horse of the season, but I think that's the only shout they got from the crew. So
yeah, I mean, there was admiration for the effort they had put in so far, but there was no thought of, challenging for the title at that time. We were still looking at Rovers. And,
well, who wasn't looking at Rovers, but moving its way downtown, going all the way to the right side. Got the run through from North Georgia. Tries to play it across top of the box. He is so far past the defender. Great save! Freire keeping this one level early on. Absolute hero goalkeeping coming through for the Dalton United number 1.
You cannot sit on this side of the bleachers. You have to go where everybody else is. Thank you.
Getting things organized here at the Riverbed Stadium. Want to get all the fans together.
They're just overflowing. There are too many supporters.
Yeah, I think earlier on with the heat, there was offsides.
Yeah, Dalton just keep trying to find their way through. It's a nice little mix of over-the-top play and through the central play, really trying to prevent, North Georgia from getting too comfortable in how they go ahead and defend. North Georgia finding some space there on the right flank.
Attention fans behind the Dalton United bench. Could you please move to the bleachers across me? Thank you.
Announcement to get everybody organized. But as
And
that
nobody
goes,
moves.
The game continues. Interruption in play.
Yeah, just ball going out for a throw in here from Dalton. But yeah, I mean, especially with that last one. I mean, obviously, I don't think we've really gotten to the technical prowess point yet here at ASMG to have an XG counter going, but I would make the guess that if we did have one, it'd be going heavily in favor from North Georgia. Realistically, those last two should have been goals. Looky here, wide right.
Yeah.
Can they find him? No, they just can't. Number 16,
had on both
Valadares
wings.
was just running free.
Yeah, both wings are open.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the back five, so they're using those wing backs to just completely rip that back line apart. Ball over the top. Goalkeeper comes out, puts the brakes on before he gets out of the box. Of course, Ferreira has been the one covering himself in glory tonight so far, but Moreno, certainly no slouch here tonight in the North Georgia net. And this kind of leads to some very interesting defensive ideologies here about bringing in the wingbacks, especially with two strikers listed to each side. Having the wingbacks there means that you're, especially if a midfielder comes forward, you're able to try to overwhelm that back four and trying to find pockets of space there through. Whereas North Georgia, with their four forward, with a four-man back line, you're able to line up that little bit better. So it takes a little bit more to find that space in behind. But that being said, North Georgia have been playing a pretty solid low block right now. So even when there are those mismatches, they're close enough together to cover for one another.
Yeah, but do you think the margin for error there is going to be really high, though, if you do get that wrong with the way that those, with the speed that Dalton have seemingly on the wings there?
Yes, that's true. I would counter with saying that, I mean, the point of the low block is that even if somebody makes a mistake, you're able to keep rotating through. You could get beaten 3 times, but if you've got 3 guys around you, oh, what a mistake here! One-on-one with the goalkeeper. This has got to be the opening for North Georgia. Takes it around the keeper, and it's a goal! North Georgia put a dagger to the heart of the Dalton Championship hopes here at home. North Georgia lead 1-0 with a goal from Alerto. And I'll tell you, Andre, Alerto may have caused that goal, but I may have scored that goal, but that was caused by the Dalton backline. Saldana, Zavala, and Fisk. That has to be an absolutely devastating way to open up the match.
There seemed to be nothing on right there until the slip. I mean, and you said it earlier.
I believe that was Saldana on the ball, too.
Yeah, and it only took that, and here you are, 1 goal up.
Well, I guess that could potentially be considered some home field advantage, getting to know your turf here, and especially with AstroTurf, everyone's kind of got their own mix about how sticky is it, how slidey is it, are you playing on concrete, or are you playing in the sea of rubber beads that you'll never get out of your home carpet for the next 2 weeks. Each one's made differently, and advantage for North Georgia knowing what they're working with here. Ball over the top, header just rolls harmlessly to the feet of Moreno. Wow.
What a start. Sort of unexpected. Largely just the run of play. I mean,
certainly so, but here's the thing for me now. Dalton big ball over the top, but should be collected by the captain. Goalkeeper comes out, Freire. Able to find his way through. Perez on the ball, finds his way around. Good defensive effort, playing around that back 3.
it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, just trips up Perez. But here's where it comes down to for me. Dalton, this is what really sets you apart as a champion. If you want to be a champion, you have to be able to come back from rough scenarios like this. You can't just, lead every time. And we saw this in their match versus Atlanta United. Dalton are able to dig themselves out of some deep positions. Of course, they did go from losing to drawing that match. Tonight, Dalton don't need a draw. They need a win in order to go through. But they've been in these positions before, and they've shown us this is a team that can dig deep when they need to. But I mean, one or two more mistakes, and North Georgia could look to just absolutely rout the Dalton hopefuls here in the North Georgia Derby.
Always take a few extra steps, I think.
Big ball over the top, trying to find its way. Fitch, knocked down, is able to win the ball. Good defensive efforts from the captain. He's going to be looked upon a little bit more tonight, given the failings of the back line so far. Dribbling through the midfield, trying to find their way through a absolutely devastating low block for North Georgia, called for North Georgia.
I think I see what you're saying.
North Georgia looking for the ball in. One in the midfield, finds its way to the back line. Saldana looking to make amends for the earlier mistake. Hernandez with the interplay now down that left side, finds its way all the way to number 10. Herrera on that left wing, puts the ball all the way across the top, but unable to find anything. But now it falls to Hatunda. Puts a shot in. Oh, it's just over the bar. Looking to curl it into that top left corner, but just can't keep it down. Interesting approach play, as we mentioned. Dalton's not exactly doesn't have exactly the tallest players in the front there, but once they're able to work that ball into the midfield positions, that's where they've been succeeding. Fortunately, they still trail in this contest 1-0. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I do just want to point out to you, because it does look like it's a little bit incorrect on our screen, North Georgia United are in the white kits, Dalton in the black and red. So it is, in fact, the team in the white who lead. Alerto tries to get cheeky with the ball over the top. It's worked for him before, but will not work for him this time.
Yeah, we'll correct that color.
Into the defense. Saldana on the ball. Plays it across. Looks like Fish has actually switched over to the right side of the central defense now. Like that central defender has also been given a little bit of a leave of absence, an ability to move further up the pitch. Perez drops basically into the back line. Total football in play here. Medina driving down that side. Lays it off, back to Medina. Option here for Zavala. Goes to the midfield, tries to bring it down. Can just find one more touch, can't quite make it around an absolute sea of bodies. Shot on goal, gets deflected before it gets to the keeper. Taken down in a very dangerous position. Utanda taken down right outside the box. And this is exactly how Dalton United found the equalizer versus Atlanta United, off the free kick. And this is one of the more dangerous positions you could be in.
Yeah, we saw Valenciano come in and do that in stoppage time against Atlanta United FC or Academy, and you know they show they have that ability to hit quickly in situations like this. Is a very good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, well, Valenciano, one of the three members standing over this ball for Dalton United, potentially a little bit of trickery that maybe they've practiced in preparation. Looks like we've also got another substitution getting ready here. It is Sanchez, number 1, wearing the number 3 kit, likely going to be coming in to cover up this back line. I wonder if it's going to be for Zavala, who's Zavala. Oh, free kick goes directly into the wall. Ball over top. Header, pushed forward, looking to get the shot off, switches it back to the left foot, switches again. Oh, just can't get the shot off. Multiple members on the ground for North Georgia. And eventually will be Moreno who collects the ball. Oh, very dangerous. Best opportunity of the night for Dalton United. Not off the free kick, but off the chaos that ensued.
That was an amazing save.
Ooh, great move here from North Georgia down the left side. Valencia dispossessed by Fish. Only place to go is either out of bounds or it's the keeper elects for out of bounds. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Substitutions coming on. Is this going to be for Zavala, who did replace Sanchez to start the match, or will we see substitution maybe for Saldana? Just given how we started, actually answers none of the above. Hernandez coming out. So replacing the holding midfielder, Hernandez out, Sanchez checking into the game. We'll see if he can help the build-up play a little bit. Here's the throw in for North Georgia. Very safe option picked by Fish. Big ball over top. Looking for some heads. Can't quite find any. Dalton able to find the break. Now they're going the other way. Playing it all the way to the right. Valdares on the wing. Finds Guerrero. Guerrero gets around his man. Playing it back to the midfield, but just can't find it. North Georgia able to take their toll for crossing the field one too many times. North Georgia playing it pretty direct. Ball over the top. That is completely onside and just completely blowing past the defenders. That is certainly an issue that Dalton United are going to have to fix ASAP. Great hold-up play from Perez, able to completely knock off the defender. Ball makes it through. Big mistake. Oh, just goes wide. Dalton United not able to equalize. Medina on that left side just can't find the shot. And Dalton United, they're starting to show some cracks, but they're also starting to show some brilliance there at the front. But unfortunately, just a little too wide.
That's what I noticed, Stephen. They look really good going forward. They're always threatening, but I often wonder about that counterattack that Dalton have. It can get very dangerous for them.
It certainly can. One thing I do want to take a quick look over. I'm still curious as to the choice to sub Hernandez out. Obviously, Sanchez was in your starting roster. To say the least, Hernandez does not seem thrilled about it, but it is a team game, so we'll of course have to see how that affects the team. Alerto, our first goal scorer of the night on the ball, has options left and right. Dalton United members falling left and right. Ball makes it through. Ball goes to the flank. It's a foot race. An absolute fight to the death there. Dalton win, but all they can do is throw it out put it out for a throw-in, going for North Georgia.
Tell you what, Stephen, time is just flying by. So much is happening.
Certainly is.
North Georgia is where they want to be right now at this time of the game, and
yeah, I mean, they're looking good. I mean, there's no reason why they can't be up by 2 goals right now with the amount of mistakes that this backline for Dalton have made. And I swear, they look like they're playing on ice. They've just been slipping and falling in that backline. Dalton playing out of the back, finds the midfield. Medina able to turn around, puts a long ball in for Guerrero, his striking partner. Guerrero maybe through on goal, a little bit of a tug the other way.
Oh.
That's dangerous. Referee says no call.
wow.
Now going the other way, that's going to be offsides.
That was a real tussle down there with Guerrero. I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna get something off that, but
I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that's a no call. I don't think it's a clear one way or another, but that is a dangerous challenge for the defender. But, you know, sometimes those work, sometimes they don't. And at the end of the day, North Georgia keep their 1-0 lead here. Holding the ball left side, big cross coming into the box. Rising to the challenge, number 17 for North Georgia, Orlena. Orlena just absolutely showing the physical dominance of the North Georgia backline. Looks like some words being shared between North Georgia's bench and number 19, Alerto. Once again, has been the goal scorer here tonight and probably one of the more dangerous members of the North Georgia side here. Header all the way to that far side, playing it back to the defense, now to the central defense, keeping it in. First real period of sustained play for North Georgia in quite some time. Checking into the midfield, not able to find it, but will cross the position of play. 13 on the ball, drops it back. Lerto goes to ground. Multiple members just falling down, but it's a retreating member for Dalton who's able to pick it back up. Oh, but there's the interception, number 11. Alerto, he's on the ball, puts it back to the left side for Valencia.
Oh.
Valencia puts it across. It's taken away. Still in possession. Alerto.
he couldn't settle.
Alerto taken down. Multiple members taking down Dalton.
challenge.
They're showing their own physical prowess here. On the ball, number 8, Perez, gets taken down, and that's got to be a foul. I'd be shocked if there is not a card involved. Potential context, it did seem like a very physical run of play, but no cards whatsoever.
Let him play.
Ball played. Oh, just over top. Looks for a bit of a rising shot there. Valdarez,
Yeah,
who has
I think
had
that
who has
could've
had
been-
some involvement in some of the build-up play here so far, but just can't find it.
Yeah, could have gone either way. I think that, you know, that tussle in the middle, but it was kind of back and forth, and maybe the ref was like, well, it's early on.
Yeah.
You know, we'll call the foul, but we'll leave it at that for now.
And here's the thing, especially in the modern game, it does kind of come down to a referee's interpretation of you know, how malicious is a certain play and what level of game do you want to call. There's some refs who play a bit harder. There's some that play a bit softer. This definitely seems like the kind of game where he's just letting them play unless things get out of control, which I don't think we've come anywhere near to, but I would look for that standard to be held up. Oh, beautiful ball into the striking positions. Oh, and it's in Dalton United. It's Valdarez who brings us back level. The man himself, we were just talking about him. He opens his account, and Dalton United are 1 goal away from taking back their championship spot.
Wow, what a strike. And unfortunately, we don't have the replays right now, but we will be going back over the highlights in the middle of the week. And, of course, those who are watching on YouTube can go back and watch that back on the screen there.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one you want to watch again. Great build-up play, Dalton. I mean, they just needed something to give them that bit more confidence in that match. That first goal they let up was an absolute heartbreaker. Dalton winning possession once again. Oh, given away, picked up by number 7 in North Georgia. Playing us back. Once again, Grimaldo. Jesus Grimaldo, number 7, was the one who was able to pick that one up. And now we're going straight through the center. Alerto to his left. Fellow striking partner, fellow midfielder JJ, not able to get onto the end of it either. Dalton win the ball back in their defensive third. Poked away by North Georgia. Grimaldo on the ball, taken away. Fish, captain's contribution, good defensive effort. Perez on the ball, bit of a tug of the kit. Getting a little physical here, but both sides still on it. Bit of a shoulder check as well from Grimaldo. Okay, we have got to start getting a handle on things because this could get ugly very quickly. North Georgia, they're on the break. Ball over the top. He's completely unmarked. I think he's onside. 14 puts a shot, but ow! Freire is the savior of Dalton's hopes and dreams here tonight. Not out of trouble just yet. Alerto plays it off. Here's Grimaldo. Grimaldo, a very lazy shot to the top of the box.
Temperature going up, Steven, on this game.
It certainly is, and we may start hitting a boiling point here with about 7 to 8 minutes left to go in the first half, plus whatever stoppage time. Don't think there's going to be too much, but you never know in this league.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I like when the referees let them play, but like you said, you
Ball
don't wanna
over the top. I think it's offsides.
That's offside. But you're right.
Offsides, but Moreno able to scoop that up regardless.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You have to watch out. You don't want to get out of hand. That's the key.
Yeah.
So it's a balancing act that the referee has to do.
Alerto looking for a run on that back side. Header doesn't quite find its space. Alerto, he's on it, goes to ground, unfortunately, or actually has to use the hand to keep him up. Fish able to maintain possession now for Dalton. Absolutely just punts it out of bounds. Those are deep runs coming from JJ. He's part of the midfield too. North Georgia are playing, they say they're playing a 4-4-2, they're lying. They're playing a 4-2-4. But that one of those midfield 2 are coming up. That means there are 5 members coming up for this ball every time. Dribbling through the midfield. Can't quite find it. Dalton, get it. And it looks like our referee is...
He's starting to talk to folks.
Yeah, warnings going out, and
Go on.
typically that's the sign of some cards not too long in the future if things don't lighten up a little bit here. All right, that's either pointed at number 11 for North Georgia, that's Valencia, or number 16, our goal scorer for Dalton Valdarez, into the midfield. Putting it across,
Oh,
goes to
almost
ground. Oh, just barely able to keep possession of that one. Was looking for Medina, but can't quite find it through. But now here comes another attack. Perez on the ball. With Dinan. Tonda. Back to Perez. Perez lays it off. Here's Herrera. Herrera in the corner. Lays it off once again. Saldana. Saldana plays the ball into the box, looking for that back post. Just can't find it in time. A little bit of a lazy handball there, but, I mean, it was going out of bounds anyway, so if anything, actually just saved North Georgia some time.
Yeah.
I think it was out of bounds anyway, so I don't think that's an issue, but
Not going to quibble over that one.
I don't exactly think we need to go to VAR on that one, to say the least. But, yeah, this game's heating up both physically with players going shoulder to shoulder a little bit more readily than perhaps at the start of the game, but also these chances through on goal. Seems like the front members of each team, they're starting to find ways in. Speaking of heating up, Herrera looks like he is ready to boil.
Oh.
And there's another physical. Fisk taking out Alerto. Hobbles off a little bit. Not what you want to be seeing out of one of your most reliable defenders and captain. But looks like he should be able to continue on. Ball over the top.
Nothing.
Freire, that's the easiest thing he's seen all day. Throw over the top. Really good room, but now taken up by number 11. Valencia not able to find the stop there. Now back to the defensive line for Dalton. Big switch of play over to that left side, looking to open up North Georgia's low block a little bit. Batunda out to the side, back to Saldana, all the way across to Valdares. Valdares is dribbling on this right side, able to lay it off, tries to get a little cheeky flick back to him, but now Valdares has been in his position. Here's Alerto. He's got to run to the inside. They've got numbers here for North Georgia. They could look to take the lead back. Dribbling to the inside, tries to play it through, but picked up very nicely by the captain. Oh, but intercepted.
Nice.
Alerto, he's able to maintain possession of the ball. Goes out wide to number 11. 11's got a man in the back post. He goes to the ground. Looks like he just slips and falls. Fish, once again, able to bail Dalton United out. North Georgia United looked dangerous, but now it's back to the other side. Looks, oh, that was an interesting through ball for number 22, Medina. Medina stays to the outside, then cuts inside, but the ball actually floats outside. So, bit of a tragedy right there. Now looking all the way back, North Georgia, they're here on the right flank. Plays the ball across, I'll be straight, nobody's there. A bit of a hopeful chance there, to say the least. Zavala on the ball, into the midfield. Perez drops into a holding position. Playing that across, dribbling straight through the midfield, trying to cross some members up. Number 11, Katunda on the ball. Now out to Guerrero. Guerrero to Hitanda. Shoving match, but it looks like it's going to be the defender of North Georgia who wins that one. Figuera able to play that one up the line to Valencia. Valencia looks for the big ball, plays it into the midfield. Here's Medina. Medina's got Alerto on the other side, pushing the back from Fisk, but it was to the body. Elbows weren't extended, so he's going to get away with that one. Perez now on the ball, lays it off, back to him. Ball over the top, looking to beat that back line, but the back line North Georgia looked to be ready for a bit of a whiffed shot. Now here's 16, dribbling on the ball, tries to find to Guerrero. Guerrero, oh, just can't get on the ball in time. Moreno able to stop another heated Dalton attack, but ladies and gentlemen, as one attack ends, another begins. Ball over top for North Georgia, looking for Alerto. Maintained by Sanchez, who has now joined that back line basically. Wouldn't be shocked if they basically put Sanchez as the holding midfielder and then basically dropped Sanchez into the back line, almost making a back four with wing backs. Definitely willing to play those defensive players a little higher up. To the left wing. Oh, can't quite find the control. I believe that's Herrera. Wingbacks at this point have just really abandoned all sense of defense. At this point, I think that they're basically playing Sanchez they're playing Sanchez as like an extra holding midfielder, and then the wingbacks are just playing wide here.
Yeah, they're wide and running.
Yeah, good back heel, but I don't think it's going to get to him in time. Instead of going back to Moreno, elects to put it out for a throw-in as Dalton United, with 1 minute left in the first half, still searching for the go-ahead goal that would put them in championship title position. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, only a win will suffice if Dalton want to lift the trophy here at their crosstown rivals stadium. Be an absolutely heated affair for the real dark horses of the season. Alerto, good touch around the ball. Now he's got Fish chasing him down. Can Alerto spread those legs? Oh, Fish absolutely beautifully takes the ball off the feet of Alerto. Alerto decides to try to get tricky there. I mean, once he slows down, you kind of got a feeling he's going to try to cross over to you. Fish adapts that very well, and now he's the one on the ball. Back into the midfield, slight slip. That could cost Dalton again. Looking once more. Here's 14. JJ's pushing up. Lays it off. Ball over the top. Hits the face of a Dalton defender. Lerto just surrounded by a sea of red. Can't quite find his way here yet. Ooh, a bit of tricky play in the midfield. Lays it off. Here's Medina. Medina has men to the outside. Here's our goal scorer, Valdarez. Can't quite find it past the defense, but we have that. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be having 2 additional minutes of stoppage time in the first half. Seems about right given what's been happening. We did have the 1 substitution and a few fouls, but let's see if there's enough time for Dalton to find something to close out this half. Maybe he wasn't happy with the 2 minutes calls because immediately kicks the ball at the ref. Don't think it was intentional, but gets the drop ball nonetheless. Referee having a bit of conversation with, like, hey, why'd you kick it at me? Hey, it's soccer. You're on the pitch. It happens. But drop ball for Dalton United will restart us here as the 2 minutes continue to tick by. Cut to the inside. Chip over top. Oh, just headed away from the North Georgia defense. There's just some really nice attacking, decisive moves from Dalton, but the problem is North Georgia, they're just ready for it. And I think the physical prowess of those North Georgia defenders is really bailing them out of some situations here, as well as their technical prowess in cutting out this high-powered attack. Ooh. Multiple members from Dalton United on the ground. 14 rolling around here. That's Zavala, who, to be fair, Sanchez did come back, so is freed up a little bit, but yeah, he's not getting up right now.
Seemed to be late. I couldn't tell exactly.
Yeah, it looks like
severe that contact was.
And this is the problem with kind of the slippery pitch. It's easy for the feet of the attackers to kind of slide a little bit, then the defender's there, and it doesn't look like a malicious challenge, but it does look like one that definitely hurt for Zavala. So
Yeah, he's going to be fine. It's like he's.
well, I mean, I hope so, but it is going to require the attention of the trainer, it looks like, as both sides are going to go ahead and refresh with a little bit of water here. While it's happening, let's take a quick look at the table once again, and really, for those guys joining late, hit on what's going on with the standings here. Once again, Dalton United need a win here tonight to take the title. A draw or a loss doesn't even technically secure them a top 2 spot. The only thing that will is a win here on the night. North Georgia too far behind FC Birmingham to catch them, but with a win could secure 5th place here in the league, which would actually, no, that's not. If they're 5th place, they don't get any home games, but they would get the easier of the first 2 matchups. So they play the 4 seed instead of the 3 seed, which at the moment looks to be FC Birmingham. Although, I mean, that does come with a rather long trip. And as we get back into the game, it does look like we are able to get back on our feet. Always good to see Zavala able to restart the matchup. Sounds like some of the coaches are less than thrilled with the performance of the refs thus far, but I mean, I have to say, if anything, this has been a consistent call to game so far. Tries to find the ball through. Offsides will be the call. I mean, what soccer match in the history of the world has ever not had coaches yelling at refs?
That's true. I mean, coaches are going to look for every break they can. Oh, there's the half.
And there's the half. I mean, I think that's just about time. I think we lost about a minute there to the potential injury, but with 45 minutes played, ladies and gentlemen, Dalton United and North Georgia, they are level going into the break. Dalton, this isn't enough for them. If they want to lift the trophy at the end of the day today, they need to find the go-ahead, and they need to find the lead. North Georgia would love to secure the 5th place seed and playoff play here in the UPSL Premier Division. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after the break with the continuation of this heated North Georgia derby.
All right, we're getting ready to start back again.
What's the best pronunciation of your last name?
And we're getting some of the substitutes are coming, are being.
It's so much easier when we just ask them.
Yeah. All right, so we got this. Yeah. And so now we're back live, and so.
Wow. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Stephen has gotten some of the updates from the substitutes that have gone on. Stephen, what do we got?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you just want to pan the camera about down like an inch or two there, you can actually see two different members of Dalton United looking to make their entrance into the game. We've got Sanchez, so we've got the full Sanchez crew coming onto the pitch. Villatoro also coming in, coming off. Zavala is finally making his way off the pitch, as well as Medina. So a lot of changes here from Dalton. One aimed at that back line, so Zavala coming off, changes around that defensive line. And then one up top, Villatoro coming in, gets Medina off, so that front two's changing as well. I think they're really going to be looking to push for the win here today. And some fresh legs up top might just help them with it. No movements from North Georgia yet, so it'll be interesting to see how long they keep McKeever in the back pocket.
We'll see what kind of difference this makes in the game. Here it's now, Dalton's got a little mini break here on the right side.
Yeah, looking their way in, over to the middle. Can't quite make past the defense from North Georgia. Picked up once again. Oh, bit of a kick out there. Yeah, referee spots that. Not malicious, but does catch him on the way through, so it will be a free kick in favor for North Georgia. North Georgia playing down that left side. Altero aren't able to get it up to him. Still playing with it, Tunda. Tunda able to get around his man. Plays it even further. Gets around another. He gets on three people. Has a man in close. Can't quite make it. Alerto looked like he was running a little slow there. Maybe he was either looking to be the option at the top of the box, or maybe he's just feeling a little tired coming off the halftime. But either way, not going to find anything there. North Georgia regain possession rather quickly. Goes over to number 13 for North Georgia. That's Lam all the way here on the right side. Didn't see much of him in the first half, mostly because he was on the other side of the pitch. But now we do get a good look at him here as the left side of the pitch. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, team-wise, you are watching Dalton United looking to claim the UPSL Premier Division title with the win here tonight. They're in the black and red kits, moving from right to left across your screen, and are currently in possession. On the other side, you have North Georgia United looking to play spoilers, as well as securing a fifth-place playoff berth with a win here tonight, and with a technically uncertain playoff future if they do not. They're in the white kits going left to right. Speaking of right to left, we've got Dalton through on goal. Number 10 takes it wide, not able to keep possession of it, and gives that up. That's Herrera playing from that left wing back position. We'll be seeing a lot more of him, just given where we are on the pitch. Ball played in. Oh, room to turn, but Herrera is not able to make that move. Picked off in the midfield, and this is where they're being found out every time. Alerto goes for a foot race. Moreno very confidently going to be able to that's Freire. Got them switched up. Moreno is the goalkeeper for North Georgia. Freire is the goalkeeper for Dalton. Both keepers called on quite a bit here tonight. And only one goal let in apiece. Playing through the midfield. Tries to find that ball through, but just three members of North Georgia just creating an impenetrable wall there. Strong play. Sanchez able to get it. Lays it off. Now here comes Lam down the right wing. Can he cut in, or does he look for the ball across? Tries to cut in. Put out for Sanchez. Sanchez with the defensive run. Able to knock down one behind, but it will result in a corner kick for all of Lam's efforts. We'll see him here. We'll lose sight of him for just a little bit because there is a nice little wooden pole here in the way. But the rest of the team will be in clear view of him. Look at the defensive structure from North Georgia here. They have all three backs still on this back line. So realizing that they're probably happy with a draw here tonight. They don't want to let anything go by. North Georgia, they get the first head on it, trying to keep that going. They got two members up here at the top. On the far side, it's coming all the way out to Guerrero. Guerrero lays it off. Now here comes Sanchez. Sanchez on the ball, tries to take to the left, can't quite find his way past the man. Great work from the defender. That's number 16. That's captain making a captain's contribution. It's Young. Ball over top. Alerto, he may be through on goal. Looks to take a touch. Hasn't touched it yet. Gonna go around the keeper. He finds his way around. Defenders in the net. Can he scheme it? No! North Georgia! They get the go-ahead goal. They take control of this matchup. And Alerto finds his second of the night in almost identical fashion. Although it was great build-up from North Georgia instead of a mistake from Dalton. It's going to hurt all the same.
Oh, and here, again, we see the the way that they can hit so quickly on that counterattack. And Alerte, again, the danger man, just sort of acting a lot like McKeever does at times when he's in the game.
Yeah.
So very good strike for him.
I definitely understand that. Sure, McKeever does bring quite a bit, but there's not really a need for him when you have Alerte, because Alerte just, kind of fills that same niche. And, you don't quite want two poachers in the game. You only really need one, and the one they got right now for North Georgia is working out perfectly well. He's on a brace tonight already, and put Dalton. They may have had one hand on the trophy coming into tonight. Right now, they maybe have got a pinky finger on it. Because not only do they need to equalize here, they need to go ahead. And ladies and gentlemen, who's turning in right now, want to once again remind you, just given the colors on the screen, it is Dalton in that black and red kit. North Georgia in their all whites here tonight. Dalton United with the corner kick would be a good opportunity. Lays it short. Finds Saldana. Saldana lays it off. Here's Sanchez. Sanchez plays it to the far post. Oh! Just can't get off the ground. Number 16, Valdares, who is the only goal scorer thus far for Dalton United. And Dalton, they just really need to make better of these chances up top. I mean, they've had some decent moves, and they're clearly capable of getting the ball into some dangerous position, especially in the midfield. But they haven't really been able to put it into the back of net consistently enough, given the chances they've created. And sure, in the first half, you can always say, well, we're going to get more chances. There's going to be more. But with that clock ticking away, only 30 minutes left of regulation, 40 minutes left of regulation. Still quite a bit of time, but not indefinite amounts of time. Oh, bit of a slide here as we hit the warning track of the concrete instead of the pitch. Ball played just directly to the goalkeeper. Guerrero was looking for someone to run on to the end of that one. Maybe Hutada, who had looked for a little bit of an overlap, or potentially even Herrera, who's cutting in from the other side.
Oh, he's in. Oh, he's offside, though. I thought Guerrero was going to get through there. He had split the center backs there last second, but he was a step offside.
Yeah, and so far, North Georgia's been really good at being disciplined on that back line. Every goal that they've found thus far has been Dalton earning their way through. They haven't been given anything. There's the ball coming to the feet. Tries to cut it back inside. Can't quite get firm footing. Plays it across the box. Herrera had looked like kind of a halfway between a back post effort and a shot on goal, and unfortunately neither really comes to fruition. Dalton United, it almost feels like that sense of desperation is starting. They're not necessarily going with the fully put together plays. They're just getting the ball and they're saying, look, we just need to put it towards the goal and let's just hope something happens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a strategy, but it's not really what they're best at.
Yeah, that North Georgia, that goal that they just scored really changed the complexion for Dalton, and that panic feeling could come in, although they've done.
Ooh, Sanchez, long distance effort, drops to the goalkeeper to collect. Unfortunately, from that distance, you really need a rocket of a shot. Fortunately,
and that's the kind of thing you were talking about. That desperation starts to come in. You start to take puck shots like that.
Looking here at the right side, Lom potentially in some space, but it's going to be down the left side. North Georgia elect to continue. Guerrero's dropped off. Now, that's the main man. Alerto just tries to get onto it. Can't quite find it. Played all the way back for Ferreira. Ferreira is more than most. I feel like, oh, that's a terrible layoff.
giveaway.
Oh, he's going to be kicking himself from that one. Alerte unable to.
It is interesting that McKeever is up, warming up now.
Yeah, I mean, Alerte's just been running so much, I wouldn't be shocked. Good physical play here on the other end, but will be out for a Dalton United throw. Throw in for North Georgia. All the way over the top. Here's Dalton playing that short ball here on the left side, all the way back to the defense. Here's newly checked in Villatoro. Villatoro's actually looks like he's checked all the way into the defense despite replacing somebody else. More Dalton United members. And I was going to say, I think it's actually the goalkeeper, Ferrere, who's suffered from that more than everyone else. He's gone to ground every time trying to stop Alerte. Ball played to the left side, ball played across.
Just too much.
Way too far, and that's going to be finding its way. Oh, it actually stays on the right side of the hill. So it's still
It stays with
in
us.
the stadium instead of running away to the forests of North Georgia. Very comfortable position right now for North Georgia. Another goal would make it that much more comfortable. Ball played to the left side. They've got some room to work with. Number 6, Sanchez on the ball. Takes a shot.
Ooh.
Does force a bit of a dive out of Moreno, but definitely still seemed very well within his wheelhouse. But Dalton, you get the sense that the coach told him at halftime, or perhaps in the last few minutes, just take shots. Just try to force a mistake out of their goalkeeper. And if you take enough shots, some of them got to go in. Alerte not able to maintain possession on the long ball through. And Dalton are able to mount there. Another campaign once more. Sanchez plays it back to the back line. Over to Villatoro. And ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend himself, McKeever, looking to check in for North Georgia. I'd be shocked if he was coming in for anyone other than Alerte. But that will be a story for another minute. Dalton still in possession. Well, Dalton will still be in possession. Free kick awarded. No substitution yet. Playing down that right side, just drops it into that attacking right midfield position. Now down that right wing, Herrera plays that back. Herrera actually on the front line. That was the wide midfielders. Now into the midfield. All the way back. Fisk plays it across. Sanchez now on the ball. Got Saldana to the left side.
Another
Let's-
long-range prayer shot.
Yeah, lets it rip. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Number 22, McKeever, is coming into the match.
He's coming up at number 14 there.
That's JJ. So replacing the midfielder. Perhaps we're going to be seeing some movement around how everyone goes. JJ's had quite a night, and certainly I think he's earned a little bit of rest here.
That's going to be quite a presence there for North Georgia.
Certainly is.
Fresh legs as well.
Yeah, it looks like McKeever has automatically just moved all the way to the top of the formation. I wouldn't be shocked if perhaps this brings Rebeldo a little bit further back, number 21. Ball played over the top.
Nicely done.
Alerte. Just can't quite outrun the legs of Perez. Perez, with some help, able to maintain possession. Play down the left side. Now Dalton playing with the full width of the field all the way across. Makes it through everyone but one. Nicked off of him, Guerrero. He's with the keeper. He plays it over. Oh, it gets put wide. I'll be honest, I'm not sure whether that was where the shot was or whether it took a deflection coming through, but again, another opportunity for Dalton United to take this game back to level.
Oh, man, almost the same carbon copy, but the other way with the mistake in the final, in the back line.
Yeah.
And I would have put good money on Guerrero converting that.
Yeah, and you got to start thinking if Dalton are unable to take the win here tonight, they'll be thinking back to opportunities like that, chances where they could have gotten the goal if their heads were just a little bit cooler, a little bit more focused, potentially the intensity of the moment getting to them. Sliding challenge for number 13. He gets
for his troubles.
well, that's the danger of playing on turf. He goes fully outstretched. No contact from the attacker whatsoever. So if anything, this is just a self-injury.
It's the concrete with carpet on top of it, basically.
Figuera, the left back for North Georgia, was playing here. Looks like he was covering on that right side. have to see. Substitution potentially coming in here. Number 2 coming in for number 16 for Dalton United. So that is our goal scorer, Valdarez. He is off. And in his place, we'll be getting number 2. I don't know who number 2 is.
I have to try to get that name for you.
Yeah, we'll see if
player is back up.
yeah, so number 2 checking in. We'll have to see once again who that is. Valdarez. A bit surprised. I mean, with the wingbacks, they are being asked to do quite a bit in the matchup, so not absolutely shocking that they're potentially the first ones that need the substitution, but well, we'll have to see, especially when that is your only goal scorer of the night here. Dalton turning inside, ball across the box, held up. Oh, just so it was in the channel, wasn't really in front of the goal. And we'll have to see North Georgia taking their time to come out of the back here. Once again, we'll do our best to figure out the identity of number 2. Just checked in. Dalton United, they're moving down the left side. Lays it off to Sanchez. Sanchez looking for a ball across. Elects to go safe right to the top of the midfield. Finds Sanchez. Laid off to the right side. There's Captain Fisk. Fisk driving in. Tries to get a ball across. Goalkeeper dives. Oh, nobody can get on the end of it. And in the 60th minute, Dalton United once again are unable to convert on an opportunity.
Right across the face of goal.
Dalton United still in the build-up, tries to cut to the inside, spins back out, uses the referee as a defensive object, just dribbles around everyone, takes the shot, and it's in!
God,
what a golazo for Dalton! Perez single-handedly keeping Dalton's dreams alive, and they're back to one hand on the title with 1 goal left to go.
He waltzed himself right through the back line of North Georgia, and that was a solo goal if I've ever seen one.
He pulls it back, he pulls it over, he pulls it back, he spins. He goes around the referee as a obstacle, pulls it one more time, and then rips it. If there was ever a goal you needed to get everyone back to believing in the title, that is what you need. Ball bellied back.
All instinct, Steven. All instinct on that.
Ice must flow through his veins, which would be very nice here on a normal Georgia summer day. Thankfully, sun has gone down, so you're able to have a little bit more safe of temperature at playtime here. Ooh, acrobatics coming out from Alerte. I think he was kind of forced to, given the way that Dalton had made that challenge.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure everybody saw that.
Yeah. I don't think it was too big of a hit, but he did knock the ball past him, and there was a defender in his way. So, you kind of go right over. So just basic
like
physics. Yeah. All right. So with this, North Georgia will restart play once again. Things to play for on both sides. A draw really doesn't leave either team happy. A draw technically does leave North Georgia waiting on other results to see if they make playoffs, and a draw leaves Dalton waiting to see whether A, they win the title, or B, whether they even make it to the top 2.
So much is left if they don't win it outright.
Both teams would prefer, obviously, a victory here. There's not really anything to be gained by splitting a point each, so I think we're only going to get more desperate as the night continues. Hell, I feel like we're in one of those situations where if we get to, like, the 90th minute and we got a corner kick, I'd be shocked the goalkeeper doesn't come up. Yeah. We are in that kind of play, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And this is a regular season matchup. There is a championship trophy in the line tonight, but that means there is no extra time. There is no PK. If the game ends a draw, it will be a draw. So,
and it just opens up the door for so many other different possibilities.
Yeah, certainly so. It really does. And, of course, those opportunities you can catch here on ASMG as we continue coverage of championship weekend here in the UPSL Premier Division. If Dalton do not win tonight, the championship title goes to the Atlanta United versus Birmingham match. If Atlanta United win, they're champions. If they don't, then it goes to Wednesday, where Kalanji can look to take the title from them as well. Ball played across. Back to Villatoro. Played over to the right. We've got Sanchez on the ball. Big ball just all the way to the other side. Will be collected once again by Dalton. Saldana plays it up. There's Guerrero. Guerrero on the ball, cuts it to the right foot. Just a little chip. Oh, looks to the back post. It's in the air. No, it doesn't go in. Just can't quite jump high enough to get that ball down. Leaves it over. Could have had the line there on the goalkeeper, but just can't at the end of the day. All right, so settling back down into it. Dalton continuing the attack with 64 minutes gone. We are in the 65th minute of play here in North Georgia for the North Georgia Derby with championship title implications. Guerrero on the ball, lays it off, gets it back once again, can't get on the end of the 1-2, but now here comes the press. North Georgia give the ball right back. Number 2 on the ball, plays it out wide. Got Fisk on the ball, looks to play it in. Got no support, has to play it back. Here's Sanchez, good back heel. Sanchez into the midfield, gets the 1-2, he rips a shot. Oh, it's just pushed over, but the ball's still in play. There's the header, there's Guerrero. It's in the back of the net, but it's offside.
Oh, offside.
Oh, what a heartbreak for Dalton United. What a shot, though, to start that. It looked like there may have been at least a little bit of a touch somewhere in there, but Guerrero absolutely lets loose with that right leg cannon. Just tipped, I think it was just barely finger-tipped onto the top bar. It bounces up, but unfortunately, or no, Guerrero was the one who tapped in the end. Whoever shot that has a cannon for a leg, and it's exactly what they need.
And that's why you have to watch out. It's so quick.
Yeah.
You know, the way it's happening. And that desperation seems to be gone now. It's all that Dalton have a focused way of attacking. And they're threatening every time they go forward.
And you can tell this is a real injury, ladies and gentlemen, because Dalton cannot waste time. They still need to find the go-ahead goal, so they want to get this going. So the fact that this player is down, it means that, you know, they're hurting. We'll have to see how quickly we can get back up. That is number 10, Herrera, playing out that right wing, left wing back. I wouldn't be shocked if it was almost about time to sub him off, just given that we've already subbed off Vildares. Speaking of which, we do see here number 23 queuing up for a substitution. Let's go to our handy-dandy little sheet to see if he's on the roster. Yep,
looks like he is going to come in for the new player. They can't afford to have anybody not 100% in there.
Well, I mean, he was here before he went down, I believe, so this could have been already coming. Herrera potentially giving the last ounce of what he had left in the tank. It does look like number 10, Herrera's coming into the game. Daniele Mantiano. Now that he's back in, North Georgia will queue up for another goal kick.
That's getting set now. Let's see what happens with the adjustment. I wonder if some of the changes that Dalton have made have been because of McKeever coming in.
Yeah, and I mean, it really is just Dalton changing. North Georgia, the only change they've made so far is McKeever coming in. Speaking of which, McKeever's got a ball to run onto. Oh, he gets taken out from behind.
That looked like a foul.
That was a foul. Not called, though. Well,
I mean, it's...
From this angle, it looked like one, but, you know...
Doesn't mean it is.
Yeah, we'll see. We always kind of got to be a little careful because, ladies and gentlemen, we are sitting next to the fourth official.
Yeah. We don't want to stay as friends.
And we do appreciate their work, so... Yeah, we got to find that nice little line between finding a little bit of controversy, but still keeping it nice and cool. But either way, Dalton, they're going to be going back on the attack. Have a lot of success in here. Sanchez, ball played to number 2. Number 2 flips it to his outside foot, tries to play it across. Oh, nice. Almost finds it under Moreno. Moreno had to go to ground to save that, so if he was able to chip the ball over or go under or go around him, he was dead to rights. Ball dropped on the ground. That's not a goal kick, but is able to get it off nonetheless. McKeever checks in. So this is what I'm a little bit worried about for North Georgia. It's the fact that they have Alerto, and McKeever means that there is nobody to drop in. Medina did a really good job of enabling the play by dropping it and letting Alerte play off the back of him. But with 2 poachers now, it's like having 2 Joseph Martinez on your team. Both of them want to try to find that ball through. But if there's no Miggy to supply him, he doesn't quite do as much.
Oh,
what a cannon of a shot from that right side.
Number 3.
That's one half of our Sanchez duo here. Absolutely. Yeah, apparently, something happened in halftime where they just say, hey, guys, you know those thighs you have? You know those legs? Use them. And they're just rocketing them past, much to the chagrin of the North Georgia ball boy, who's got to go on a little bit of expedition there. But
Yeah, a lot of trips through the forest there.
Alte stepped over. Alte will.
Going to have to kind of turn the tide here.
Yeah. I still disagree with this tactical change. They really haven't been able to get anything go over since they brought McKeever on.
Well, I think you bring up a good point with Alerte and McKeever up there. You got two similar like players. You need somebody to play off of them.
Ball over the top. Here's Alerte. Oh, he takes him down! That has to be a PK! That has to be a PK! It's not a PK! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this could be a hugely consequential turning point in the match. It's called for a corner kick. I mean, we have to play the game that we've got. So it's going to be it's going to be a corner kick rather. Call officially is keeper at least got a touch to the ball, hence why we're seeing a corner kick right now. Once again, given that the league is not yet able to afford VAR, we just go with what we got. Ball played in. Keeper goes up. Goalkeeper not able to grab hold of it. Goalkeeper finally does. Potential opportunity for a counterattack, but Ferreira able to calm down this one. If Dalton United come back by a goal, that would be absolutely huge as the lights go on here in North Georgia. Looks for the turn, Guerrero.
Offside.
Offsides. Have we seen a card here tonight? I don't think we have.
No, not yet.
No.
It's not an ill-tempered match. I think it's just.
Well, I mean, there was a bit of a heated, streak in there, but
yeah, but
I do still appreciate that it's been
general.
consistent.
Yeah.
If he's gonna let one side get a little handsy, he's letting the other, and it seems like when it's gotten too far, he's given a word. So you just call it a hard game, and it's soccer. It's a physical game.
Like you said early in the match, he's let him play, and
yeah.
That's let the game flow a little bit. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Ball over top. That is
he's
miles
on,
offside. It's
he's
the
off.
easiest call that linesman will have tonight.
Yeah, I can tell we're in a weird kind of angle here. We have to rely on the AR.
I'd say even from this angle, I knew that was offside. That's how you know it's offsides.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to that linesman. He's got the full cleats on, which, as we've seen from Dalton, did not seem to be the ideal footwear for this pitch. McKeever somewhat mounted. Oh, and played to the ankle. Will go the way of Dalton. McKeever down on the play. Could have taken something to the back of the head there. He's going to take a second to get up. But yeah, as we were saying, with the way that the pitch is tonight, the long cleats don't really do you justice. The little turf shoes that have a lot of those small divots, that's where it's at.
Yeah,
and I'm just kind of looking at the footwear of everyone. I see a lot more turf shoes for North Georgia and a lot more cleats for Dalton. So big ups to the linesman who hasn't yet to wipe out tonight. Big ups to him, but
that's how you got the first goal.
Yeah, but this is also home field advantage. You know what surface you play on when it's your home.
Yeah.
And in North Georgia, I'm actually curious to see what their home-specific stats are, because I'd be curious if they have a larger advantage than anyone else on the home pitch.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal, I believe. Yeah, you're right. I have to look at the actual games, but.
Yeah, and this is unfortunately the downside of only having the single round robin. You don't always get to play a home and an away for every match. Ball through, goes straight to the goalkeeper. Does get close, but at the end of the day is comfortably handled.
Yeah, it's sort of an expanded round robin because, now that Dalton plays here in the spring, they'll play away in the fall, so it's kind of stretched out a bit. They always reverse it in the second season of the season. In the year.
I mean, it's all just the nature of how we play. It's a lot more, shorter developmental cycles, really give more players time to shine. And like we said, like with the game, we play what we got.
Yep.
Dalton progressing down the right side. Sanchez moving through that channel, lays it off to the wide. Call for it. Sanchez on the far post. Not going to get over the head of a very proficient head tonight from number 13 for North Georgia. That's Lom checking all the way back in from that right wing back position. Or rather, right wing position goes straight over the head of the goalkeeper. Moreno will do whatever he can to milk a few more seconds off this clock. Once again, with everyone's situations, both sides would prefer a win. I think a draw puts North Georgia in a very comfortable position. Actually, no, I did actually lie before. I keep saying North Georgia United haven't had their playoff hopes secured yet. They actually have, because North Georgia have already lost, so the worst that they could do is get 6th place now. So they're potentially fighting for 5th versus 6th. So whether you play versus, Birmingham or like Kalanji.
Well,
but
then there's the matter of a North Georgia derby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they're letting off by any means of the imagination, but just want to make sure we're keeping true with what's happening here. North Georgia absolutely streaking back behind the ball. Dalton can't quite get it forward, so they're going to go to a little bit of build-up play. Perez on the ball. He had a rocket of a shot earlier on in the night. Bit too long of range. Now turning here, Sanchez plays it out wide, able to draw the fullback in. Just absolutely room to go on that right wing. Cuts it inside. Potential shot on goal here.
Oh my
he
God.
goes. He gets a second. Oh, it goes into the side netting, and he's got Tadanda throws the ball into the side netting just out of frustration. Gets around him the first time, but fortunately doesn't have the support of the secondary run. And once again, 15 minutes left to play. Every missed opportunity is minutes off that clock. I mean, we're at the point where 1 is all you need. It's basically 0-0. McKeever is the target for Alerte, not able to connect. And the Poachers, unfortunately, not really able to get on the same page here tonight. Or rather, they're both on the same page, and no one's on the page before them. It's like reading a novel, but page 5 is missing, but you have page 6. Page 6 really isn't going to make sense. Dalton just absolutely outworking their opposition. And this could be another benefit of the multiple substitutions coming in from Dalton. Thank you very much. That's a bit of a time-wasting kick. But yeah, as I was saying before I threw my roster sheet at the officials, we've so far seen the substitutions from Dalton. They have fresh legs. North Georgia, they've got some bench over here, but they really haven't gone to it tonight. They've been really relying on those starting members. And 76 minutes in, you're seeing the toll it's taking. And it means that Dalton, in the crucial moments of the game, they have fresh legs. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we see everyone lined up over this free kick. This could be the one. 14 minutes left to go. This is how they tied Atlanta. Could they win it here? Running over. It's going to be an in-swinger. Oh, just too much on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the changes North Georgia have made have actually been detrimental to them.
Yeah.
I think McKeever, I don't know, it seems like it upset what they had going.
Yeah, I think it did. I mean, they just did too much at the same time. And we even mentioned it before we saw McKeever. It seemed like Alerte and McKeever kind of wanted to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather see McKeever come from like a deeper position, if anything. Maybe be that late run. But you can't have 2 guys leading the line. Bit of a wild...
somebody to sit back in that number 10 spot and then...
Yeah. Free kick here for North Georgia. Yeah, especially like in that 4-2-4 formation, you can sometimes be lacking in that 10 area, and if no one drops off, then that is tricky. Ball over the top, looking for Alerte. Going to be finding the head of Dalton defender number 15, Saldana, on the way through. Played back. Here's Alerte. Alerte picks it to the inside. Going to try to go himself. No, lays it off for number 7.
I can see what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Nobody broke for him.
Tries to find Grimaldo, but just can't find it through. North Georgia haven't really... They're much, like we said, they're the direct style. They want to get the ball to the number 9 and then just say, all right, number 9, get a goal.
Yeah, he just tries to waltz his way through the defense.
Yeah. Ooh, poor pass here from Dalton. Intercepted in the midfield from North Georgia. Not only is this a chance for North Georgia, but once again, these are more minutes burnt off the clock from Dalton. North Georgia able to maintain possession here on the left side. Playing it into the midfield, completely left out to dry. Hutanda checks into that back line, able to pick it back up. Now here's Perez. Perez plays it to the midfield, lays it off. Here we go. Off to the races, through the left. Looks for one up center. That's a beautiful ball. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He lets it shot, and there it is! Dalton, goal number 3! and they are in the driver's seat. They have 2 hands on the title, and they're just 12 minutes away from lifting it in glory. What a run for the new team in the UPSL Premier Division. They are minutes away from lifting the title.
Can't believe it. Again, that break down the middle, and right there they get their the goal that they've been looking for. Now it's up to North Georgia to see what they can do now in response time to do something about it. But wow, what a clutch goal. What a break, and what a
that was a great shot. That was a beautiful through ball. It held up just enough to get past the defender.
Split them just right down the middle.
And
what a nice cool finish.
One opportunity, and now North Georgia is finally going to go to the bench. Number 10 coming on, and number 6, but there's only one guy going on. I'm confused. They're confused. We're all confused here. And this technically will work to Dalton's advantage. Nobody's going to be subbed yet, so they're going to redo their paperwork, and we'll come back to you guys shortly with what is going on here.
Gotta get the paperwork first. It looks like it will be the number 11 player coming off now.
Yeah, number 11 coming off. That is Valencia checking out for today, coming off the wing. Number 10 coming on for North Georgia. Looks like it's going to be another substitution as well.
Dalton, number 17, coming on.
So number 10 coming.
Next break.
Yeah, ball over to the right side. It's number
right
13.
Now got to break down the right 4. North Georgia's trying to thread it through. He's got it.
Oh, it falls to McKeever, but McKeever, all he can do is touch it through. Oh,
what an opportunity.
Yeah, it certainly was. Like we said, Valencia out of the game. Number 10 coming into it is Lemus.
Whole goal mouth begging for that ball, and unfortunately they hit it right at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, certainly
They
so.
still got it though.
They're looking. They're finally starting to find some penetration, and that's Lam on the far side who tries to bring that ball back across.
All right, another Dalton player down.
Yeah, another stoppage in play
Actually
here.
Looking for a substitute. 17 is coming on.
Yeah, we got some.
And 23 is coming now.
It looks like he's just coming for some instructions.
Okay, you're right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just to keep you guys completely updated, if this finishes as is, North Georgia still are guaranteed to the playoffs, but they're not guaranteed the 5th or the 6th spot. Likely, they'll probably fall to the 6th, depending on other match positions. With this result, Dalton United would win the title. 17 coming on, looking to see who's coming off. Looks like it's the injured player. He'll be coming across our face soon, so we'll get you guys an update on that. North Georgia still playing out of the corner. North Georgia definitely not a team that's unfamiliar with some late game goals. Dalton, though, they are off to the races. Number 7 on the ball. Guerrero lays it off. Here comes Sanchez. Sanchez driving down the left side. Just gets picked up by number 13. Good defensive effort there from Lam, who we really have been focusing on a lot more in this second half. But still, Dalton in possession. Guerrero here, defensive left side. Still in possession. Now here to 11. Hutanda plays it around to the back line. Dalton happy to just build possession with 8 minutes left in regulation. To the defense. That's a very poor ball. That's going to have to be taken out of a bad spot. Villatoro having to put on the Jets. Playing it up the side. Here's Guerrero. Guerrero dispossessed. Lam goes to ground. Lam does win the ball. Looked like both guys were kind of off balance, but Lam got enough of the possession to take care of that. That's actually number 4, the captain, Fish. Once again, coming off an absolutely brilliant night of defensive work. He will be the one coming off. I believe we said that was number 17, Rodriguez, who will be taking his spot. I didn't quite see who he handed the captain's armband off to, so we'll keep an eye on that. Ball in over the top, not quite enough. Dalton Guerrero not able to hold off the defender, but now here comes Sanchez streaking down this left side. He's got support to the inside. Looking around Rodriguez up top.
Oh, nice move.
Can't quite get around the
nice
defender.
work.
Yes, he does. Sanchez, he plays the ball across, looks for the back post. Not quite there. Guerrero just lets off a little bit too much. Doesn't quite make the run into the post. Ball played way out of bounds. But it looks like Rodriguez, who came in to replace the injured captain, has already pushed himself way up to the top of the formation. Villatoro, of course, also came in early to replace Medina. He is playing in the back of the formation, so I do believe this all kind of balances out at the end of the day. Down that left side, Sanchez. Ball at his feet. Rolling it over. Man on his back. Lom trying to dispossess him, but Sanchez gets around him, but can't quite find any support. Tries to play into the corner.
Nice.
Shoving the back from
Nicely done.
Sanchez, but it's going to be a throw in here from North Georgia, and they are the ones currently on the hot seat. First card of the night is awarded to number 21 on the bench. I didn't know you could do that,
Oh, yeah.
but it's awarded nonetheless. That's shown to Hernandez, who was out of the game in the 20th minute.
And he's going to have to watch it, too, because he could get another one.
Yeah, and that would, of course, carry over to the first round of playoffs. And for especially if that could be devastating, though, for Dalton United to lose players on a red card for the semifinal, because that'd be their next match. If they win tonight, they would get a bye into the semifinal. North Georgia trying to play spoiler to that absolute Cinderella dark horse story of the season. Let's see. Dalton United had my vote of confidence coming into the season, but I don't know if I voted them for the title. But all that matters here is that they believed in themselves. But can they believe for the next 5 minutes? North Georgia win possession again in the midfield. Held on very well by North Georgia. Sanchez turns it back, played into
Space.
Narnia. Space, to say the least. They're going to take it directly into the corner. They're likely just going to let the time waste. It eventually dribbles out for a throw-in, but that is a defensive throw-in if I've ever seen one. Looking all the way down the line. Falls to number 8 here. Trying to take that turn. Perez has some room in front of him, but just can't stay on his feet in this slippery North Georgia Stadium. Perez takes it back off of him.
Back.
He's got a support here to his left and behind. He is swarmed by members left and right. North Georgia want to win this ball, but that means that there's so much room on the other side. Big switch here come through. Dalton playing down that right wing, taking their time. Number 2 plays it on here to the top. Now back out wide. Not forcing it, playing it to the top of the midfield. Hitonda has had a few good shots here tonight. He's fallen over too.
It's McKeever coming.
McKeever's on the ball. I don't know who he's playing that to. There's nobody there. Hitonda back on the ball once again. Try number 2. Picked up by number 4, the defense for North Georgia.
Wow. 2 bad passes there.
Yeah, Craig able to keep that out. North Georgia, we almost saw it for a little bit. Dalton, were unsettled for a few minutes. Then they really found their stride, even when they needed to find that goal. Dalton United now potentially applying that pressure to North Georgia. They're just sending things, hoping someone's going to get on the end of it.
They're ruling the game now.
Ball over the top. Pressure's definitely not off for Dalton United yet, as thoroughly seen by their coaching staff. McKeever
He was not happy with that.
holds that ball up, lays it off. Here's Lom down the right wing. Can he get to it? He's in possession of the ball. Plays it across, all the way across the box, but it goes to the goalkeeper. Good run out there
So
from
close.
Dalton United's number 1, Freire. Has kept them in this match more times than one. Now Dalton are getting bodies forward. Big switch all the way to the other side. Sanchez able to get on the end of that. He's dribbling down this end. Tries to take it to the outside. Wins it back. Bit of a pull of the jersey.
Still got a great shot off.
Yeah, he gets a pretty good one. I'm still... Yeah, I mean, he's letting him play. That's for certain. Number 10 now on the ball, North Georgia. Lemus tries to take it in. A bit of a collision in the midfield. Dalton still in possession. Played it all the way back to Freire. Now to Sanchez. Sanchez, strong shoulder back. But it's going to be Villatoro who regains possession. Now all the way out to the wing. Number 2 on the ball. Picked up. Now here to Perez. Perez to Sanchez. Sanchez down the left wing once again, going mano-a-mano with Captain Young. 1 minute 20 left in regulation. Played back. Back to Perez. Perez plays it over top, looking for Tanda. Tanda's just being pushed to the ground. That's going to be a free kick for Dalton. Not really in a goal-scoring space, but certainly in a crossing space. As you can see right there on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, 88 minutes, 55 seconds of a regulation gone. 1 minute left. A lot of injuries and a lot of stoppage, so I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see too much. Dalton are just going to play into the corner. North Georgia shoves them in, and finally we're going to start seeing the first yellow card of the match to number 16. That's Young, the captain. He's going to be receiving the first on-pitch yellow card of the night here in the dying moments of regulation.
Now we're in the 90th minute, and so
30 seconds left.
we're going to see what the stoppage time is going to be.
Yeah, they're just keeping this in the corner. I'd be shocked if there's anything less than 5 additional minutes. It's a goal kick. Here we go. Fighting forward, North Georgia down that left wing. Down that right wing.
Three.
3 minutes of stoppage time. They're going light on this one. That means that Dalton United are 3 minutes away from the title. North Georgia only have 3 minutes left to play spoiler. I guarantee you right now they're watching that Atlanta United Academy, FC Birmingham, and Kalanji are all the biggest fans of North Georgia in the world. They want McKeever to score. They want Alerte to score. Not much time left to do it. North Georgia, big ball over the top. Falls to McKeever. McKeever cuts it inside. Can't quite get on his ball. Can't quite get under the ball.
Corner.
Goes out for a corner kick. North Georgia hurrying it up to keep it going. Dalton United look to be making another substitute before the game ends. That's Mika Underwood, number 20, who looks to be checking in for who we'll have to see. But it won't happen before this corner kick. Looking for McKeever likely. Here's the substitution coming in. That's going to be number 7, Guerrero, who has certainly played his role in tonight's proceedings. Has it been enough? He'll have to watch the sidelines, and it'll be Underwood who comes in to take over his spot, likely going to be slotting in a little bit further back. I'd be shocked if that minute wasn't added back into the game. We wasted about a minute there, so maybe looking more at a 94-minute conclusion here. North Georgia plays the ball in, big looper towards the back post,
back in.
Finds its way, palmed away by Ferreira, and driven down the right side. It's going to go out, so it'll still be a North Georgia ball, but Dalton get themselves out of a very dangerous position. Ferreira goes to the ground. He was definitely in the rough of it. I wouldn't be shocked. There's a little bit of gamesmanship because they didn't communicate, and 2 of them are down. I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but
leg cramps.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how that happens in the 90th minute. Sanchez is currently on the ground as well. He's getting stretched out. I have a sneaking suspicion we might be going to the 95th minute.
Additional minutes are going to be added.
I mean, especially because it feels like they went low on the extra time. So I would be very shocked if we don't get a little bit more
maybe 5
freedom.
total.
Yeah. Like if there was a 10-minute stoppage time, you're not adding a second to that. But a 3-minute, you may have a little more wiggle room in there. So we'll see. North Georgia lining up for a long throw. Route 1 has never looked so good for them.
Here he goes.
Basically the Autobahn here. They just want to get going as quickly as humanly possible. Dalton, I doubt they're even going to put any strikers up top. They are just going to launch the ball every time. Every time they win possession, it's just more time wasted off the clock. Big boot once again. Remember here, number 11 is taken down. No call. North Georgia still maintain possession, but now here's Dalton potentially on the counter. What do they commit forward? Sanchez just trying to get into the corner. Actually may have laid that one off very nicely. Sanchez, and company are able to get the ball. Sanchez is back on it, but he's just going to go for the corner. They know they just need to waste some time. 93 minutes, ball across, sent into the woods. Goal kick going to restart. North Georgia trying to play down that far side. 3 minutes have passed, but referee still adding a little bit of time for the extra substitutions. Now here's Lom and McKeever on this run. Poked away. McKeever's racing towards the corner. He keeps it in. Lom's available. Lom takes the ball down. Lom on the right side. He's got McKeever. Tries to put it in, but can't quite find it. Plays it back for McKeever. McKeever just launches it into the air. Ferreira, he grabs it. He's on the ground. And ladies and gentlemen, Dalton United are your UPSL Premier Division champions. It's the first year for them in the league, and it is the first title in the top division in their trophy cabinet. What a game. Dalton United waiting until the absolute death of the match for the chance to take the lead, and well deserved. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute comeback of performance here from Dalton United, with clutch players exactly when they needed them the most. And this is going to be a night of celebration for North Georgia United. They have earned that first round bye. They have earned the title, which will be presented to them shortly. And I'd be shocked if their fans in attendance here don't also join in on some champion celebrations. North Georgia, still a lot to be happy about in the first half. I really think that the substitutions they made were the wrong choice in the second half. But at the end of the day, this is a regular season title here for Dalton United, but the playoffs are still yet to come. And as Andre from ASMG and UPSL walks out to present them their title, Dalton United will finally and formally be crowned your spring season UPSL Georgia Premier Division champions. Performances across the board. Amazing to see them come back after having that disappointment there at the first goal. Just absolutely giving away a chance, but they dug deep when it mattered the most. Everyone contributed from across the board, and finally, the celebrations are just about to begin. And as Ferreira lifts the title with the rest of the team, once again, Dalton United are your spring season UPSL Premier Division champions. What a conclusion to this absolutely amazing season. So many teams have come, so many teams have gone. Absolutely phenomenal. But let's take a look at the other side, because this isn't the end of the story from either team. North Georgia United will be in the playoffs. Whether the 5th seed or the 6th seed is still yet to be determined, as Dalton United are taking their championship fixtures. They are going to have so much to celebrate here tonight, and they've got an extra week too, because with the number 1 seed, not only do they take the title, not only do they have home field advantage for the entire playoffs as long as they're still in it, but they also get a bye week as the 3, 4, 5, and 6 seeds battle it out in that quarterfinals play-in. What an absolute run from these guys. Finishing the season undefeated as well. They had a few draws on the table. No losses to speak of. 6-3-0. But, I mean, that's the end of the story here tonight. I mean, I can't think of too much more I could ask for from a North Georgia derby here in arguably the capital of the United States developmental soccer here, with so many great programs around, both at the semi-professional and the high school level here in Dalton, Georgia. And Dalton are firmly representing all of that here tonight.
Yeah, I just want to really add, I mean, this has been a phenomenal season, very competitive at the top and the bottom, and we're not done yet, as we'll go into tomorrow. But yeah, Dalton United, an amazing feat that they've accomplished here. Remember, this is a team newly promoted from Division One. They ran away with Division One, got the direct promotion. Now they've gotten the second title in a row. So it's just amazing to look and see, you know, how they've done it. Now the second part of their story goes on. So what will they do in the playoffs? We don't know. But we got now the question is, who's going to get that second spot? 'Cause that's another bye week. So
Yeah, I mean, we've got to see, and that's what the battle this upcoming week is going to look like. Definitely some hung heads here in North Georgia as they've tasted that they could have given ultimate disappointed here to Dalton United, but they've still got plenty to play for as well. I mean, they're going to be going into the playoffs. They will be playing next week in the first round of the playoffs, either up against FC Birmingham, likely Birmingham, FC Birmingham, maybe Kalonji, maybe Atlanta United. We'll have to see how those matches go, but certainly plenty to play for here in front of their home fans as this still is an absolute fortress of a stadium for anyone to try and work their way into. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've reached the conclusion of our coverage here tonight. Dalton United are your champions. They have the first seed, but can they continue this dominance into a thrilling postseason? So many stories yet to be told here, and so many left to be said. My name's Steven Johnson. I've been joined here by Andre, and this has been ASMG's coverage of the UPSL Premier Division. We'll check in with you guys tomorrow with some more championship weekend action, and we'll see you right then. Don't go anywhere. Well, actually, do go somewhere, but do be sure to come right back here to ASMG. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you then.
Thank you for watching the Atlantic Soccer Media Group's coverage of UPSL Soccer.
Well, I mean, that's great to see. Unfortunately, I was kind of like excited for the championship lines, but
I know, but
still, what a
That was another good game.
yeah, the Community Shield was amazing. Linear women were down 4-1, came back tied it.
what were they thinking? What was North Georgia thinking?
The change they made bringing on McKeever was bad.
It was terrible. If you're gonna break on everyone, bring off alert tag.
Well, I mean, but you're doing so well. Why interrupt that?
I mean, they needed to get some fresh legs up there, but
Not,
the issue isn't don't put another poacher next to the poacher you already have.
but you said it. Bring off alert.
Yeah, bring off alert. If you need McKeever and alert are the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
Just swap
Same
them.
build, same style of
Yeah.
play.
Well, I mean, definitely a point of learning for North Georgia. I mean, they're guaranteed playoffs still with the Rovers loss.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we
Yeah.
wanted the scenario of waiting till Wednesday.